Girl, get back on track, regain your focus, and give the rest of this year everything you have got.
We have reached the final quarter of the year. We're reaching the final seasons of the year, and this is the best time of year to truly transform into the best version of yourself. 2024 is right around the corner, and this morning I was looking at my 2023 goals and I was trying to figure out how am I going to structure my life and my goals to fit this new version of me that is blooming. I have changed so much as a person. I'm a year older than I was a year ago. I've experienced so many highs and lows this last year, and I'm wanting to go into the next year with just a different vision and a different vibe. I've talked about this in a few videos recently. For some of us, this is a season of rest. This is a season to slow down, to enjoy the last couple of weeks in the year, to spend time with family. And that is okay. For some of us, this time is transformative. The time where we have the most energy, we have the most motivation, we are ready to hit the ground running, close out our 2023 goals, and open up some new goals for 2024, which is completely okay. And it's also okay to be in the middle. So last year, I was definitely in the middle. I wanted to enjoy the holidays. I wanted to eat what I wanted. I wanted to spend time with friends and family. I wanted to go to all the pumpkin patches, all the holiday things. But I also wanted to transform my life because I was so tired of feeling stuck. I was so tired of not feeling growth in my life. I was so tired of not feeling as if I was working towards something. And I knew going into the new year, I had to make that change. So this time last year, I started planting a seed for myself. I started putting a plan in place. I started to change my life slowly but surely. So when the new year came, I was already 10 steps ahead. I already had a head start by the time the new year came. The reason I did this is because year after year after year, I would start on January 1st. I would have a big spike in energy and then I would crash. I would crash hard. And I would wonder why I couldn't stick to goals longer than a week or longer than January. It was because I was just trying to transform myself in such a short period of time with no plan, with no motivation, with no true motivation, with no prior discipline, with no understanding of what discipline was. It just didn't work out for me. It really didn't work out for me. This last year, a year ago from today, I said that I was not going to do that again. Okay, we have to switch it up. And you need to be honest with yourself. What isn't working? What isn't working in your life right now? We all know the things that aren't working, okay? The things that aren't working is going through life without a budget. The things that aren't working is going through life just winging my meals and thinking that I can cook every single meal, not meal prepping, not even prepping any protein, and just thinking I'm gonna eat healthy that way. Things that aren't working is not having a gym membership and just hoping that I'm gonna do the workouts at home. Those are all things that just don't work for me personally. And if you are feeling the same way, then this video is for you. My name is Janet.ndomahina. Hello, if you're new here, I make feel-good content centered around being and feeling your best, and I hope you stick around. We're gonna be talking about how you are going to become the best version of yourself in 2024 by starting today. First and foremost, it is time to look at your 2023 goals through a realistic lens. Let's look at the goals that you set for yourself. Maybe let's push 2 or 3 of these goals to the side and just say, hey, we only have less than 90 days. Realistically, am I going to be able to hit this? Do I have the energy to hit this? Do I truly have the time to hit this? There's no hard feelings. It's okay to look at a goal and just be like, I don't think this is gonna work, and just throw it to the side. You don't have to delete it completely because at the end of the year, it's great to reflect on why you didn't hit it. So for me personally, I have a lot of goals. One of my big goals was to launch new products for my business. And I did put a system in place to get started in July, but July came and I wasn't in the headspace to do it. And that deadline to get started on launching a new product came and went, honey. It's gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna take a lot of energy. And within the next 90 days, I do not have the time or energy. Be realistic with yourself and focus in on the goals that you absolutely know you're going to be able to hit. I think it's just so important for you, for your mental health, for everything. So you've restructured your goals a little bit. You've moved things around. Awesome. Now it's time to put a new system in place. It is very hard to get through life just winging things. Yes, most of us have made it this far by winging it. You will get further by setting a plan in place, I promise. I make it so simple on myself because I'm a simple girl. I'm an Apple Notes kind of girl. I'm a Google Calendar kind of girl. I plan my work week out to a T because I have to have structure in my days, and I have to have structure in my life in order to hit the goals that I want for myself. Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm like getting on it with content creation. Studying takes priority for me in the morning, and then editing takes priority for me in the afternoon. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I try not to put too much pressure on myself because those are the days where I'm studying for my certification the most. Those are the days where I'm like cranking out a lot of time to study. Mondays and Wednesdays are Pilates days for me. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I prioritize walking, and that's the schedule that I'm sticking to. Your body then just becomes used to this schedule. It becomes used to you being focused and having a plan. Whenever you have that motivation, whenever you have the grit, whenever you are ready to hit the ground running, it is so important for you to set a plan in place, set systems in place. You're gonna wake up with purpose. You're gonna wake up ready to go because you already have a plan in place. Putting yourself on a schedule might feel childish, but it will definitely get you closer to where you want to be. We're gonna be doing a whole video on planning later on, and I'm super excited about that video. But yeah, let's move on to other areas in our life where we can improve, like budgeting. Finances. A lot of us hate talking about money and finances, but it's so important to talk about because a lot of depression comes from feeling like we don't have enough money. It might seem stressful at first, but it will ease your financial anxiety and it will ease that depression that comes from feeling broke. I'm not about to come here and say that you need to, start your YouTube channel today, do all this stuff. No, I'm not about to come on here and tell you that you need to start a whole new side hustle. I understand how it feels to not feel like you have the time or energy to start a side hustle. But let me tell you, a lot of us could benefit from budgeting a lot more. Okay, because I've been budgeting for about over a year now, a little over a year now, and it has changed my life. And have I been perfect at my budget? No. Have I had moments where I went and spent like a crazy person because I just saw the money in my bank account in the last year? Yes. The times where I budgeted were like the best moments for me because everywhere I went, every time I swiped my card, it was with confidence. It was with confidence. It wasn't, ooh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to make this swing. Just no, I always felt confident because I had a budget in mind. I was constantly checking my bank account to see where I was. In the past, I never did that. In the past, I'd just be like, ignorance is bliss, okay? I would have full weekends where I just treated myself and I would check my bank account on Monday and be like, ooh, I don't get paid again until Friday. Ooh. That was 25-year-old Janet. That was mid-20s Janet. And she was a vibe, okay? She was fun. She lived her life. Back when I was a teacher, I used to get 2 paychecks, okay? 2 paychecks a month like most of us, right? And one of them, I think I was getting paid like around $1,800 every paycheck. And I would pay my bills first, okay? Bills went first, okay? And then whatever money I had left over, I would just like swipe my card. So say I had around $1,000 after bills. I would literally spend that full $1,000 in the next 2 weeks until I got paid again. And I would also cry about not having enough money to do the things that I wanted to do in life. Make that make sense, right? Because I did have enough money to do the things I wanted to do. I just wasn't budgeting properly. And once I started budgeting, oh my gosh, I turned spending that full $1,000 in 2 weeks into only spending like 400 of it, or maybe even 300 of it. And then after that, how much do I have left over? $800 to budget. Girl math. Okay, I know these numbers really are kind of skewed because you have to pay rent and then you pay your car note and those all come out at different times. I went from spending like $150 at the grocery store every single time I went to spending around $80. Not going to the grocery store hungry and buying things that I didn't need. I took my huge grocery budget that was just out of this world because I would just swipe, and I brought it down to here. And then slowly but surely, I started having a little bit more money every month to either save or to throw into something else. I know some of you guys are thinking, oh, do I want to start budgeting now before the holidays? Yes, This is the perfect time. This is the perfect time to make yourself a nice, squeaky, tight budget, okay? Because we tend to spend the most around this time of year. I saw a creator, I forget who did this. I want to say, was it Selena? I don't know who it was, but I saw a creator make a list of the people that they were gifting for the holidays, and they made a little budget on how much they were going to spend on each person's gift. At the end, she had a number for how much she was spending on gifts total. And I thought that was just so brilliant because there's so many gift guides you can use that show like pricing for everything. That's a great way to go into the holidays not feeling stressed out and whatnot. Like if you want to gift people things, like maybe make yourself a very structured list on how much you're going to spend on each person's gift. And you start to see your money get a little longer when you budget. You start to see your money grow, okay, when you budget. A lot of us could benefit from a budget, so you should probably try to budget. I'm going to leave some resources down below. Lastly, your health and fitness and wellness goals. This is the best time to become more of a well-rounded person when it comes to health and wellness, because you can either stray on a path of just like overindulging throughout the holidays, or you can start building healthier habits so when the new year comes, you're already, like I said before, you've already had a head start on it and you already feel pretty confident about what you've been doing so far. This is the first, and I want to say this so proudly, this is the first holiday season where I'm not overindulging, where I'm not going to Trader Joe's every other day or every weekend and buying all the fun snacks, where I'm not filling my house with holiday snacks and holiday treats. This is the first season where I'm trying to have more balance and more control. It is hard, but this is the time of year where I have gained the most weight year after year after year. In the last month, I've been really focused on my diet, really being in balance with the things that I'm eating, being in a calorie deficit, learning how to be in true balance. And it has changed so much for me. And I started small, guys. You don't have to start big. It can be small changes. It can be eating 2 days very healthy and then one day having just like fun. And then going back 2 days and then one day having fun. And then the next week, maybe doing 3 days and then one day having a good little cheat meal. Or 3 days and then one day having a good cheat meal. Or it can be like substituting things, right? Right now, I'm taking a big step away from sugary treats. I'm not buying them for the house, but every single time I give myself a treat, I try to give myself like a little cupcake, little treats here and there. I'm not depriving myself of it completely, but I'm just not keeping it in the house. I'm not dependent on having a sweet treat every single day. And like that has changed me so much. Make the small changes that you can make now. And I will say it's easier said than done. It's all a mindset thing. I honestly feel like I had to switch my mindset when it came to my diet and overeating and overindulging and over consuming. Starting small, starting with small changes, just cooking more at home and exploring different recipes and trying different things. I've tried so many different things recently. I've tried these like beef braised short ribs on like mashed potatoes. Who is she? I did that last week and it came out so good. And that was such a great treat for us. And I made it, I made it myself. And I've just been exploring with just different recipes at home, and it's really helped me so much with maintaining my weight. So start small, find some inspiration online. TikTok has the most recipes, guys. And it's just so fun to try different fall treats. I think this week I'm going to try a like tomato bisque soup. I love tomato bisque. I haven't made it since last year, and I saw someone eat it with like a grilled cheese, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely making that this week. I hope this video motivated you to become your best self before 2024. And to be completely honest, you might not feel up to starting now, okay? You might not feel up to it. But guess what? This video is going to be here forever. So you can start next month. You can even start in December. You can start 2 weeks before the new year. This video is still going to apply, okay? So save it. Come back to this video when you're feeling motivated, when you're ready to hit the ground running with your goals, when you're ready to put a plan in place. come back to this video. I hope this motivated you. I miss doing videos like this, guys. This was so fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so very much. I love having conversations with you in the comment section, so make sure you leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!